Hi, Barb. Hi, Janet. Yay, I'm glad you're joining us.
Hey, I'm glad I can.
Space.
Thanks. Turn my music off.
Barb, I'm thinking soft flow. Are you cool with that?
Yeah,
Basically, always my choice when it's teacher's choice.
I like soft flow today. It's good.
Right? It's a soft flow kind of day.
It is.
not quite sure how to help you with that.
Hi, Heather.
Hi, Katie. Hi, Barb.
Hi, Heather. Hi, Janet.
Janet, hi.
This is Janet. She comes to my in-person classes sometimes, but she's joining.
Oh, so
Yeah.
fun.
Hey, little kitty, cutie.
Oh, let me check. Like,
Okay. I will just get started. And then if anyone else hops on, cool. If not, cool. I chose Heather before you got here. I said teacher's choice and I chose soft flow. So
I was so excited.
that's my pretty much my choice every time it lands on
I'm
me.
excited.
Okay. Let's do it. So I will mute you guys, and then if anyone hops on, they'll be muted. And let me turn my little alerts off. Okay, so spotlight me if you want to. I will actually I'll spotlight myself. So okay, friends. Let's start on our backs today. So go ahead and just lay down. And if you do like to turn on music in your own space or anything like that, you have a separate speaker you want to use, feel free. So just take your time to settle in, lay down. And if you want to stretch a little bit, maybe you make your arms long and your legs long, maybe you hug your knees in. Eventually, let's rest with our feet together, knees apart. So lay down, feet together, knees apart. If this bothers your low back, try scooting your feet a little further away from your upper body first. You could also try creating some support underneath your outer thighs or outer knees with blocks or pillows or blankets at home, whatever you've got at home. And then if it still just doesn't feel quite right, instead you might try the opposite, constructive rest. So feet apart, knees together. So let's just say you choose either of those poses, whatever feels most resonant for you today. And then bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Close your eyes. If you prefer to keep your eyes open, then try not to look around with big satellite eyes, so soften your gaze. And think of the word grounding. What does that word feel like? So not what is the definition, how would you explain it to somebody, but what does the word grounding feel like in your body? What does it feel like to connect with the ground? To find a sense of grounding inside of yourself. So just getting curious about that, exploring that question, and not necessarily needing to find a particular answer today, but just allowing yourself to get curious about it. So start to become really aware of the ground underneath you and all the parts of your body that connect to it. And start to just become more and more present. So whatever you've got going on in your life for now, let it all fall away. So no trying to figure anything out in your mind, just dropping into this moment and everything that your body is feeling and experiencing. And just allowing it all, not trying to change it, not trying to make it go away, but just being this big space for life energy to flow through. Whatever comes, let it come. Whatever goes, let it go. So this is the practice. This is the yoga. You can stay right here as long as you want to. But if you are ready to start moving, go ahead and just hug your knees in towards your belly and take a little rock from side to side. So you might gently lift your knees up and then rock it out. You can hug your knees in with your hands around your shins, or maybe just grab your kneecaps. Maybe you don't even use your hands or your arms at all. As gentle as you need to be. And then eventually we're going to take a supine spinal twist. Let your knees fall to the right side. Left arm extends out to the left. And I usually have to just kind of scoot around a little bit on my mat. So don't hesitate to scoot around. Find the place that feels like your breath can move freely. So big spacious inhales and all the way to empty with every exhale. And if you haven't already, start to fire up that ujjayi breath. So see if you can hear that whisper noise, that oceanic sound. Every single inhale, you're filling up as big as you can. And every single exhale, all the way to the very, very bottom. Speaking of the very bottom of your exhale, at the very bottom of your next exhalation, just lift your knees back up. So come back to neutral and just once again take that little rock, or maybe give your knees a squeeze, maybe even take a full body stretch if that's what's calling to you. But eventually we'll come into our supine spinal twist on the other side. So knees go left, right arm extends out to the right. You can gaze up or you can gaze over your right shoulder. You can take any variation you'd like. Ujjayi breath. So can you hear your own breath? Can you follow your own breath with your awareness? Use it as an anchor to this moment. So your breath, if you are focusing on it, you can't help but be present. If you're focusing on the inhale as it is happening, the exhale as it is happening, everything else just kind of starts to fall away without you even realizing it, without you having to try. Just focus on your breath. See what happens. Bottom of your next exhale all the way to empty. And then come back to center, come back to neutral. Again, rock it out or whatever you feel like doing, just to kind of neutralize your spine for a moment. And then set yourself up for bridge pose, feet on the ground with your knees bent, feet hips width distance apart. So really make your feet hips width distance apart. A lot of times in class, I see people with their feet really wide. Unless you're doing that on purpose to modify, look down, see how wide your hips are. Make sure your feet are not any wider than your hips. All of your toes face forward. Your heels pretty much straight down from your knees. So you don't want your heels way out in front of your knees. Arms down by your sides. Exhale, pull your belly button down, scoop your tailbone up. And then inhale, peel your spine off your yoga mat. Come into your bridge pose. So take a moment right here in your bridge. And then the invitation will be to take your arms up, reach them up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. And then reach them all the way back over your head. So they're reaching back behind you. They're on the ground behind you. Notice, are you rolling onto the outer edges of your feet? If so, press into the inner edges of your feet. Press into your heels, hugging with your inner thighs. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, super slow roll of your spine back down. Reach your arms up towards the sky and then arms all the way back down by your sides as you come back to neutral. Let's take some flowing bridges. So inhale to lift your spine, reach your arms up and all the way back overhead. Just like that, exhale, roll it down. Take your arms up, return them back down by your sides. Moving with your breath. Inhale to lift, reach up and back. Exhale to lower, reach up and down. Take about 3 more rounds and see how much awareness you can bring into this movement. See if you have the tendency to drift off somewhere else, to distract yourself. And just remind yourself, my body is actually really interesting. My breath is actually really interesting, but you do need to pay attention. Next time you come back to your neutral spine position, just stay there. So you might finish the round you're on. Maybe you're already back in your neutral spine position. And then hug your knees in, take a little rock. After a few rocks, extend your legs straight up towards the sky. Bend your knees as much as you need to so this doesn't pull on your low back. Bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. Take an inhale, neutral spine. And as you exhale, lift your upper body, lift your head, neck, shoulders, draw low belly down. See if you can relax your head more into your hands and then lift your tailbone up. So curl your tailbone, tuck your tailbone, lift it up off the ground, pull your low belly down. Take one more deep breath, hold here, squeeze through your quads, active through your toes. And then let it go. If you want to, you can set your feet on the ground for a moment. We're going to do that 3 times. So maybe we want a windshield wiper, maybe you want a full body stretch. So just really activating our deep abdominal muscles. All right, as you are ready, my friends, hands behind your head, legs extend up. Bend your knees as much as you need to, and if you want, you can use a block in between your inner thighs. Active feet, take an inhale here. Exhale, lift your upper body, draw low belly down. So see if you can get the bottom tips of your shoulder blades to lift. Relax your head back into your hands. Try not to pull on your head. Now, draw your low belly down and lift your tailbone up. Tuck your tailbone, lift, reach your toes towards the ceiling. Hold here, soften your face, squeeze your thighs. One more deep breath. Draw low belly down and let it go. Maybe windshield wiper, whatever suits you. Couple rounds. Open mouth sighs are more than welcome. I'm keeping my hands behind my head. You don't have to. All right, friends, last time. Extend your legs up, hands behind your head, interlace. Use the block if you want. Inhale, neutral spine, active feet. Squeeze your legs together and exhale, lift your upper body, bottom tips of shoulder blades lift if possible. Draw low belly down. Relax your head back into your hands so you're not pulling. As in Forest Yoga, I think she calls it something like a head hammock or like a brain cradling. One of those. Tuck your tailbone, lift. Reach your toes up higher so your tailbone is lifting. Draw low belly down. Take one last breath. Not pulling, nothing forceful. Squeeze and let it go. Feet together, knees apart. Arms out to your sides or one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And if you want to, in the most gentle way, you could bounce your knees up and down, but take some big, deep breaths. All the way down into your low belly, low back, all the way down into your hip flexor muscles. You're more than welcome to just relax here. If you want, invitation to press the soles of your feet together, squeeze your glutes and lift your hips up. So lift your hips as high as you can, and then see if you can get your knees to press towards the ground. Lift your hips, squeeze your outer glutes, press through the soles of your feet so the soles of your feet are pressing into one another. Take one last deep breath, lift, squeeze, and release. Okay. Lift your knees up, hug your knees in, rock gently. If you want to, maybe even a happy baby pose would feel really good for a moment. Okay. Finally, we're going to find our way up to our hands and our knees. So you can get there your own way, or you can rock forward and back a few times. Eventually rock up, cross your ankles, and roll over your feet. Come onto hands and knees. All right, intuitive movement once you've arrived. So anything goes. What feels good? What feels interesting? What needs a good stretch? Maybe you just want to sit back and rest in child's pose and ground. So what does grounding feel like in your body? Maybe you get curious about that question again. Hi, Wendy. Glad you joined us. All right, so reconnecting to our Ujjayi breath, my friends. Turn it back on, fire back up. And then from this intuitive movement on your hands and your knees, next couple of breaths or so, downward facing dog. So we're gonna transition back to down dog whenever you are ready. And just walk it out, pedal out your heels. Maybe move your hips side to side or give your head a little shake, a little nod. So just see what's going on for you in your down dog today. And try not to judge. So judgment sounds like, ah, I'm so weak. Ah, I am so stiff. Why do I even try? I bet everybody else is really good at this pose and it's really hard for me. That's judgment. That's your ego. That's your mind. So just feel around, put your awareness in your spine. Notice, oh, I feel some stiffness through my low back today. That's interesting. Is there any way I can move around to make that feel different? Is there any way I can use my breath? Great space there. Oh, I feel like I'm slipping today. That's interesting. Just getting curious about everything going on, not judging. Take one more big inhale. We have such a hard time with it. Exhale, look to the top of your space and find your way there however you want to. Once you've arrived, let's just take a halfway lift. Breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, bow. One more time like that. Halfway lift. Stick your butt out. Reach the top of your head forward. Exhale, fold. And we're going to roll really slowly up. So really, really, really slow roll up. Head is the very last thing to lift and stack. Once your head stacks, take some rolls with your shoulders. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down a few times. And if you want to, you can explore going different directions. You could explore getting your whole body involved, getting your whole entire arm involved, your head. So just kind of moving around, feeling into those joints a little bit. And then eventually, mountain pose, arms out to your sides, palms open. So notice, do you tend to extend through your spine and stick your ribs out, or do you tend to flex through your spine? See if you can find a nice happy medium, neutral. And then just stand for a moment with so much awareness. Close your eyes and feel, not judging, not thinking your way into this pose, but feeling what's there, feeling your feet on the ground. Finding a sense of grounding through your feet. What does grounding feel like in your body? Come back to that. Breathe into that. Soften your face, unclench your jaw, stay as you are and fill up as big as you can next time you inhale. When you think you are full, see if you can take even one more little extra sip. And then sigh it out your mouth. Ujjayi breath, switch it back on, reach up, inhale. Take your slow dive down, stick your butt out, reach your heart forward and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Let's flow for a moment. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank or modified. Inhale, push the ground away, find your strength. Exhale, lower slowly, strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, lift your heart, find the back bend of your choice. And exhale, downward facing dog, hips back and up. Take a great big inhale, lift your hips, push the ground away. And then exhale, gaze forward, step to toe or hop top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift position. Exhale, release. Let's rise, take it all the way up, arms to the sky. Inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. One more time like that, just warming up, getting blood flowing. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swan dive. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank or modified. Inhale at the top, Strong arms, strong belly. Exhale, lower slowly. Heart opener of your choice. Lift your heart, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Great big in breath. Push the ground away. Lift your hips high. Exhale, gaze to the top of your space. Forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, let it go. And then let's take it back up. High mountain pose, inhale, reach. Hands to heart, exhale. Nice job, friends. Inhale, reach up. Pause right here, side body stretch to your right side. You take it however you want. So maybe right hand to right hip. Maybe you want to grab hold of your left wrist. So any variation that suits you today. Breathe into your long left side body. Make it feel good. How much space and length can you create? Big deep breath. Inhale, back to center when you're ready. So next inhale, arms to the sky, realign. And then take it up and over to the other side. It's the same thing. It's your option. It's your variation. But the goal is to lengthen your right side body. Breathe into your right side body. Breathe in between your right ribs. One more deep breath. Inhale, back to center, arms to the sky. Hands behind your back as you exhale, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down, squeeze shoulder blades towards your spine. If you can, bring your palms together until they touch. So it's like your palms are suction cup with a bend in your elbows. Imagine your elbows are magnetized, so squeeze your elbows towards each other. Keep that and see if you can start to reach your hands back. If you don't like that, you don't have to do it, but maybe get curious and see what feels different. Final option is to add a little back bend, lift your heart, take one more big inhale, press your hips forward, hug in with inner thighs. Exhale, keep your clasp as you take your swan dive down. Fold, fingers interlace, relax your neck. If you have your palms pressing and that's too much at this point, maybe now you let that part go. Use your core to lift your butt and your sit bones up. Breathe deeply. You could give your head a little shake or a little nod. And then eventually, hands to low back, release your clasp. So next breath or two, just let your arms dangle and maybe give your head a little shaky shake. Ujjayi breath. Next time you breathe in, halfway lift, realign. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank. And you choose, take a vinyasa, or just go straight back to down dog. So if you want to skip the vinyasa today, fine with me. Downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot through, low lunge. And then let's bring our back knee to the ground gently. So you could absolutely fold over your mat. You could grab a sweatshirt, bring it under your back knee, whatever feels good for your body today. A pillow, hands up to your front thigh. And if you have a really short stance like this, there's nowhere to go. So maybe you walk your front foot forward a bit. Make sure you have enough space in your legs that you can go somewhere. And then start to lean forward like you want to sit your right butt cheek on your right heel. Hands on your front thigh. Push your hands into your thigh. Lift your heart. Press down through your right heel. And energetically try to pull your right heel back and up towards your right butt cheek. It's not going to happen, but that's the energetic movement. That's the action we are trying to create. Stay where you are at with your hands on your thigh or take your left arm to the sky. Maybe create a little baby back bend, puff up your chest, gaze up. Breathe. Sit your right butt cheek closer to your right heel. Hips stay square. One last round. Tone your low belly. Transverse abdominis. Slowly come back, low lunge, frame your front foot, lift your back knee. All right, and then from here, for just a second, standing splits, we're not gonna hold it very long. So just lift your left leg, maybe spread your left toes, maybe roll out your left ankle, relax your neck like a one-legged forward fold, one more in-breath. Exhale, step your left foot to the back of your mat again. But then we're gonna bring our hands to the left long edge of our mat, wide-legged straddle position. So parallel your feet, straighten out your legs. Inhale, halfway lift with your legs straight with your feet parallel in a halfway lift, bend your knees. So you're sticking your butt out behind you, and then I wouldn't usually encourage this, but gaze forward and see if you can pull your shoulder blades down on your back body. So you almost feel like some sort of animal, some sort of creature. If your knees are collapsing in, try to press them out as much as you can. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, crown of your head towards the ground, butt towards the sky. Straighten your legs. Squeeze the front of your thighs. Squeeze your quads. Inhale, bend. Gaze forward. Bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze. So it shouldn't hurt your neck if you're pulling your shoulder blades down. Exhale, straighten your legs and fold deeply. Navel to spine. Let's do that 2 or 3 more times. Inhale, bend your knees, lengthen. Don't let your knees collapse in. Exhale, fold deeply. Squeeze through the front of your thighs. Lift your butt as high as possible. Last time, inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, fold. Invitation to straighten your legs and crawl your hands underneath your legs like you're trying to reach underneath you and grab something underneath you, and then just rest with your hands on the ground so your palms facing up. Relax there. And use your strong core to hold you there. So your belly button is pulling in and up. Some of you might be able to bring the crown of your head to the ground, or even start to roll onto the back of your head. Make sure your big deep breaths are there. Squeeze through the front of your thighs. Good, 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 good job, friends. Last deep breath. Halfway lift, so fingertips on the ground. Bend your knees as much as needed. Walk your hands forward, low lunge. From low lunge, plank pose. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Come to your knees if you want. Exhale all the way to your belly. And we're going to pause. If you want to take a quick heart opener, lift your heart and then come back down, feel free. Come into shoulder pigeon. So your right arm is going to reach out to the right, head turns to the left. Palm faces the ground, roll up onto your outer right hip and your right side body. Left foot comes down behind you like a kickstand, or if there's any other variation you want to take, please feel free. Just take some big deep breaths. Make sure your head can relax on something, so either the ground or a pillow or a sweatshirt or a blanket. Soften your face, whatever comes, let it come. Whatever goes, let it go. You're just right here, whatever's flowing through, you get to witness it. It's only temporary. Feel the ground underneath you. Its stability and support, its presence. What does it feel like if you vacuumed it up into your body last couple rounds? Good work. And then ease your way back to your belly. Turn your head to the opposite direction for a moment. And whatever feels good with your arms, you might kind of squeeze your arms next to your sides. You can rock your hips side to side. You could windshield wiper your shins if you want. Invitation to find a child's pose when you're ready. And just take some grounding breaths in your child's pose. Notice whatever there is to notice. Feel whatever there is to feel. Oh, and Marlia is here. Yay. All right, downward facing dog. Fire up your Ujjayi breath, my friends. Turn it back on if you lost it. Inhale, take your left leg to the sky, three-legged. And then exhale as soft as you can. Left foot comes forward, low lunge. Back knee comes down. Grab something to put under your back knee if you need extra cushion. Hands to your front thigh. So as you can see, my legs have enough space that I can move into this. But some people, their lunge is really short already. So make sure you have enough space. If you have nowhere to go, this is going to be really hard to feel anything at all. So you might walk your left foot forward. Back toes can stay tucked. So curled under, or you can untuck them, but then try to spread them and press down through your toenails. So either way, there's still awareness in your back foot and you're not twisting your back ankle. With your hands on your front thigh, push into your front thigh, draw your belly button in and up and start to lean forward. So your left, not lean forward with your upper body, but lean forward with your lower body. So your left butt cheek sits towards your left heel. Your left heel presses down and energetically pulls back and up towards your left butt cheek. Your hips are square, your breath is still big and deep. Little tone in your belly, so you shouldn't be feeling this in your low back. Stay where you're at, or invitation to take your right arm up. And then feel that length in your right side. Maybe create a little baby back bend by lifting your heart, popping up your chest, gaze up. Your breath is still big and spacious. Soften your face. One last round wherever you are at. Hands come down to frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Standing splits just for a second. So one-legged forward fold, relax your neck. Lift your right leg, spread your right toes, or anything to activate your right foot. Energy in your right foot. One more in-breath. Now step your right foot all the way back again. And wide-legged straddle, hands over to the right long edge of your mat. So wide-legged forward fold. And this time I'm just going to say you do you anywhere, absolutely anywhere you want to go on this side. You can do what we did before, those bending. Bend your knees, lengthen your spine, and then straighten your legs and fold a few rounds. Maybe you feel like twisting, skandasana, headstand. Just feel whatever's there. Really bring awareness to your core. If you're holding the pose, bring awareness to the front of your thighs. Ideally, we want to squeeze through the front of our thighs so that we can safely stretch the back of our legs. Sorry, the lighting is being funny. It's because outside it's like crazy right now. It's like thundering, lightning, and then it's sunny. It's crazy. All right, last couple breaths, friends. Next time you inhale, so that didn't help. Next time you inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. So bend your knees if needed, and then crawl your hands forward, rotate your toes forward. So you're in low lunge. And then from low lunge, hang on, I'm trying to think. Where did I go from here? I think we just stepped back, right? From low lunge, step back into a plank position. And then you choose, move through a vinyasa. Actually, sorry, inhale at the top of your push-up. I remember now. Inhale at the top of your push-up and exhale all the way to your belly. If you want to take just a moment to lift your heart, feel free. But we're moving into shoulder pigeon with our left arm. So when you're ready, just turn your head right, left arm out to the left, and roll up onto your left side. Make sure you can relax your head down. Big, spacious breaths. Variations welcome. Soft face, soft jaw. Stay for about 3 more rounds. And then just ease your way as you are ready back onto your belly. And turn your head the opposite direction for one moment and maybe kind of rock your hips side to side or windshield wiper your shins. When you're ready, child's pose it out. It is coming down outside my house. Big deep breaths. Just connect to the ground beneath you. Ah. And then my friends, downward facing dog pose. All right, Ujjayi breath. Inhale and push the ground away. Strong hands against the ground. Exhale, look forward, step, tiptoe, or hop, however you want to get there. Forward fold, top of your space. Lift halfway, breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold. Take it all the way up. Big stretch, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Let's flow with our breath. Inhale, reach. Side body stretch, either side is fine. Exhale. Your choice, your variation. Through center, inhale. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Baby back bend. Exhale, cactus your arms. Pump up your chest. Re-extend, realign, reach. Inhale, and then dive all the way down and fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Move through your vinyasa or skip it, see you in down dog, however you'd like to get there. Inhale, right leg high. Open your right hip, bend your right knee. So squeeze through your outer right glute and activate your right foot in some way. Take one more inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your space. Set your body down gently, and if you know that this pose is better on your back or in a seat for you today, please feel free to take it there instead. Pull your right hip back and up. So now it's like there's an invisible rope attached to your right butt cheek, pulling back and up. Bow forward. If there's any other variation you want to work with, always the choice is yours. We'll be here for about 7 to 10 breaths. So not resisting the longer we're here, not getting tighter and more resistant as we stay, but using each breath to just melt into that ground that is holding us. So not resisting the ground, but allowing ourselves to be supported. Take about 3 more rounds of breath. And then ease your upper body back upright. And we're going to come into a wide-legged straddle position. So just sit over onto your right butt cheek if you're in regular pigeon, and then kind of let your hips open towards that long edge of your mat. And if you want to get there your own way, that's fine. Also, if you want to take a moment to just kind of shake your legs or do anything else that feels good to you, feel free. Eventually, wide-legged straddle, and if it helps, sit up on top of a pillow, blanket, any prop you've got at home. Try to make sure your toes are facing straight up and they're not rolling backwards, they're not rolling forward, straight up towards the sky. Flex your toes back and active. Press down through your heels and draw your heels in so you get a little bend in the backs of your knees. Sit up really, really tall. Maybe this is your pose. This is it. This is where you stay. Otherwise, arms to the sky. Inhale. Then like you're diving forward, exhale. When you can't lengthen anymore, just let your hands come down. You can crawl your fingertips forward, reach your butt back and relax into it. Flex your toes back. Now try to press down through the backs of your thighs as well. Feel your quad muscles fire up, the front of your thighs. Take about 3 or 4 more deep breaths here. Soften your face. Wherever you feel tension and resistance, use your exhales to just melt around it. Good job, everybody. Take one last huge breath. And then just slowly start to ease your way up. Crawl your hands in, head comes up very last. And then find your way back to down dog however you want to. So you can be creative or you can just be like not fancy at all. You want to be creative, maybe you're going into some sort of boat pose for a second. Maybe you're taking low boat, high boat, Barb, knowing Barb, she's probably doing some sort of core work for a second. And then you could take it back into a plank, move through a vinyasa. Skip the vinyasa if you'd rather. We'll see you in down dog. No rush. Come back to your breath and walk it out. I'm going to put my musician sound on so you guys can hear the thunder and the rain maybe in the background. It's kind of fun. It's hailing now. I'm going to see if I can show you. Maybe it's doing it at your house too. Maybe you can't even see it. Ah! 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 But don't worry, we're just doing yoga. We're zen. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, these hails. Okay, downward facing dog, left leg to the sky. Inhale. And then open up your hip, bend your left knee. So take a moment, be here, and then whenever you are ready, friends, pigeon pose, left shin forward and gently come down. If you want to take a different variation, of course, do so. We'll be here 7 to 10 breaths. I'll keep the musician sound on so you can hear the rain and stuff, but then I'll turn it off. I don't know how it comes across, so maybe it's just like noisy. Take about 3 or 4 more breaths. There's my backyard now. Can you see it? Looks like snow. Just hail. Crazy. Maybe that's what yours is doing too. All right, friends. Last couple of rounds. Exhale out your mouth if you want. There was really literally just a hail on my mat, and I don't even know how it got there. Like it somehow made its way in, maybe through the dog. All right. Okay. Coming into a seated position, that wide-legged straddle again. So you can sit over onto your left butt cheek or however you want to get there, and you can just open up that wide side. I'm gonna turn around so I'm not facing away from you, but you don't have to. You can do whatever you want to kind of neutralize, anything goes. But then again, that one-legged straddle, and if you want to sit up on top of something, do so. We're doing something different. So, toes face straight up, press down through your heels. And then this time, keep your left hand on your left thigh or your left shin. Reach your right arm up and over. So side body stretch. Reach your right fingertips towards your left toes. Try to turn your heart to look up more. Press down through your sit bones. Press down through your heels. Flex your toes. See if you can even try to press down through the backs of your thighs. Heart looks up. Last couple of breaths. Then we'll switch. Next time you inhale, come through center, arms to the sky. Other side. So right hand to your right leg, and then side body stretch. Try to keep both sit bones rooted. And your toes face straight up. Don't let them roll forward or back. Press through your heels. Press through the backs of your thighs. Full sit bones, rooting to the ground. Breathe into your side body. Lengthen. Your heart wants to look up rather than down. Last couple. Soft through your face. Inhale, rise both arms to the sky. And then one more time, forward fold, dive down, hands to the ground and fold. Relax into it. Just 3 deep breaths. 3 deep breaths. Oh my gosh. I feel like we went through something together here, you guys. It's calming down finally. Slowly as you're ready, start to ease your way up. Roll up. Head comes up very last. And then face forward. So bring your legs together, face towards the front of your mat. And just come all the way down. Hug your knees in, rock it out. We're right back where we began, but does your body feel a little bit different now? Feet to the ground, knees bent. Setting up another bridge pose. So arms by your sides, all of your toes face forward, hips width distance apart. And then as you're ready, just lift up into your bridge. If you want to do those flowing bridges again, you can. But this time the invitation is to come into a variation and hold there for about 5 to 7 rounds. So I'm going to interlace my fingers underneath. Gonna work my shoulder blades closer together on my back body. If full wheel upward facing bow is in your practice and you feel ready for it, feel free to go there. All variations, press into your heels, inner edges of your feet, not so much your toes. So your toes, maybe you even lift them up and spread them apart. Press into the back of your head. Breathe all the way down into the front of your hips, into your low belly. Hug an invisible block with your inner thighs. Take about 3 more rounds in your variation of this heart opener. And then please see if you can come out of it really, really slowly with lots of awareness. So maybe you want to reach your arms up, maybe you want to bring your arms out, but slow roll down like your spine is a string of pearls. Once you are back to the ground, neutral spine, we'll take windshield wiper. So tee out your arms or cactus your arms, bring your feet to the width of your mat, really, really wide with your feet. And go side to side slowly and intentionally with your breath. Feet are wide to make space in your low back. Good job, you guys. And if you want, you can stay on one side for 2 or 3 breaths. And the invitation is to eventually come back to either feet together, knees apart, or feet apart, knees together. So maybe what you did at the beginning of class, maybe the opposite of what you did at the beginning of class. Choice is up to you. And then one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, and just rest for a moment. Close your eyes. Feel the energy inside of your body. Feel yourself as an energetic being. Any pulsations, sensation. You can just ignore me if you prefer. If you'd like to join me for about 3 rounds of what's called Viloma breath, I will lead you through it. So it will just be a 3-part inhale, first into low back, low belly, then into mid ribs, mid back, side bodies, then into chest, shoulders, upper back. And then we'll exhale for 10 seconds. You can exhale any way you want to. So it can be through your mouth, through your nose. Sometimes they teach it as a hissing through your teeth. So whatever works best. So wherever you're at, just exhale all the way to emptiness. And then inhale, low belly, low back. Pause. Mid ribs, mid back. Pause. Chest, shoulders, upper back, crown of head, hold. And then slow release for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to emptiness. And begin again. Low belly, low back. Pause. Mid ribs, mid back, side body. Fill up your heart space. Fill up your crown, your head. Hold. Slow release 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to empty. Last time. Low belly, low back, hips, pelvis. Mid ribs, mid back, side bodies. And fill up as big as you can. Front of your heart, back of your heart, sides of your heart. Throat, crown. Slowly let it go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to empty. And then maybe you take one last huge inhale and sigh out your mouth. If there are any finishing poses you want to take, perhaps happy baby, perhaps one last inversion, maybe one last squeeze of your knees in, go for it. So finish off your own practice however you want. And then slowly find your way into your final relaxation, your Shavasana. And traditionally, this was the entire reason we did all the physical movements, just so that we could finally relax and let go at the end. So a lot of people think, okay, I'm done with my yoga, but actually this is the real yoga. We just got to it. We're just getting there. Finally, our bodies are tired, so they can just relax. Finally, our minds are done trying. They can just relax. Maybe. So as you settle in, friends, I will read to you. There is a deep intelligence within the body. It knows where you are gripping. It knows where fear resides. It knows where healing needs to happen. The key is to listen without judgment, to tune in with curiosity. Each sensation, each area of tension is offering information, an invitation to release, to expand, to heal. Trust the wisdom that comes from within. The body knows. Your job is to create the space for it to be heard. Your job is to create the space for it to be heard. The body knows. So just rest, just be, and create the space to hear whatever your body is saying. Not listening with judgment, not looking for answers, but just getting curious. Just allowing, noticing, witnessing. Shavasana. If you feel like staying in your Shavasana and just kind of drifting off into maybe a little nap, you're more than welcome to just turn this off and be in your own space for as long as you want. Otherwise, I'll bring you out of your Shavasana. So take a deep breath in and open your mouth side out. And just start to wiggle through your physical body, wiggle fingers, toes, and eventually roll to either side, fetal position. And one last time, I'll invite you to feel into a sense of grounding. As you lay on your side, feel the ground underneath you, feel the way it supports you always. What does grounding feel like in your body? Not what does it mean, what definition do you write down, not that, but what does it feel like? What's the sensation of grounding? And then using your arms, find your way up to seated meditation, and that's where we'll close our practice together. So comfortable seat, feel free to sit up on top of something like a pillow or blanket or bolster if you've got one at home. And gather your hands to your own heart. Prayer position or one palm stacked on top of the other. And just bow your head to your heart and acknowledge yourself for taking time out of your day to be present, to go slow, to create a space to connect with your body, to listen. Thank you so much for letting me guide you through this practice. Namaste. All right, my friends. Thank you, thank you. Love you, love you. Mwah, mwah.
Love you too. Thanks a bunch. That was awesome.
You're so welcome. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday, guys. Thanks for being with me through the storm. So
That
scary.
was fun.
fun.
It
It didn't hail here, so I'm glad you showed us.
Oh my goodness, that was some crazy stuff coming down. Literally, there's like a little hail on my mat. I'm like, how did this get here? Like, did it come into the chimney? What the?
Probably.
Oh. All right, love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Love
Bye.
Love you.
you.
Bye.